also taking care of our family businesses. So I will speak to you as the Executive Director of Caring Hearts Uganda, as a mother, and as someone who understands what you, the young people, go through, because I was once young. I appreciate especially the girls who have taken part in this event. Thank you very much for not being intimidated. Yes, I am not throwing out the boys. I am especially talking to the girls because I've committed my adult time to talk to the girls and be there for them. So when I speak to the girls, please don't feel offended. I am just doing my duty and following my calling, because I know that through my story, very many girls have decided and chosen to do the right thing. I'll give you a brief of my story. My name is Barbara, as I had told you. Growing up, I grew up from a village called Chempene. If you come from Ntungamo district, that is before Kabale, may be knowing the place. We grew up in a village that had very many families, and my father and mother were doctors. In our community, we went to the same school called Rugalama Primary School, and none of the pupils had shoes until I left that school. We walked a long distance from our home to go to school, and we packed our food in banana leaves and ate it at lunch. While we were growing up, most of my friends got married after P7. Not because that's what they wanted to do, but because their parents did not see the need to educate a girl child. While their brothers went to secondary school, these girls were married off for as cheap as a goat, or even as cheap as a basket of maize grain, or for as cheap as just a handshake. If your parents were not willing to give you off, and a boy liked you, they would wait for you, camp at the well. As you went down to fetch water, they would carry you, take you, and marry you by force. I saw all this. I know people who were married like that. They were my friends. Some were my relatives. But I was lucky. My parents took me out of the village in primary 5, and I went to a boarding school. And those are some of the reasons why they took me to boarding school. When I finished my secondary 4, I promised myself that I would speak for these girls, because I do not have any child friends anymore. Most of them are now grandmothers. Why do I do this? I do not want a girl out there in the village to feel left out and unrepresented. That is why I devote my time now to speak about this story, no matter the audience. Now I have told you who I am and the story about me. I want to tell you about my life. I first put on my shoe to school, because I had a shoe for Sunday, but they did not allow us to wear shoes to school. I first put on my school shoes in primary 5. That is when I was going to boarding school. And we were studying in Barara. If you were in Intare school, you'd know where St. Helens Primary School is. So we walked the distance from River Rizi and went all the way to Nyamitanga Hill on foot with a wheelbarrow pushing our bags and our parents carrying our mattresses. Sometimes I just went along enjoying the journey because my father allowed to carry my mattress for me. And I appreciate him for that. Why do I say this? You are in town, I've seen schools from the central. You do not know what it means to come from a school in Kabale and get the confidence to sit in a chair there and compete equally with you on the same questions and come out a winner. You do not know how much confidence that takes. I want to applaud the teachers from village schools who choose to bring their children for this. Thank you. You are giving your pupils the same platform as that of the ones in city schools, and you're giving them the confidence that they can take these others on and beat them. When I was younger, I knew what I wanted to be. When I was younger, I wanted to be a social worker. I wanted to work with people. Right now, this is what I do. But when I was younger, I worked very hard to be who I am today. All of you know who you want to be in future. I am speaking to the younger people. Do you all know what you want to be in future? Have you chosen in your minds what you want to be in future? If you have chosen what you want to be in future, I want you to know that the step to your life begins with choosing who you want to be. If you have a pen and paper, what I am telling you, your math teacher may not tell you. And maybe you may never find me in another place. So if you have a pen and paper, try and write it. Your future is in your hands. And if you want a bright future, you begin with knowing what you want your future to look like. And as mathematicians, I'm very sure you are looking in the direction of being accountants, engineers. What else do mathematicians do? Very many things. Because when I'm doing my business, I just do the income, expenditure, and then I call a very experienced mathematician to calculate these things for me. Because that's the field. So I'm sure you people have a variety of things you can do. So begin with choosing who you want to be in future. And when you choose who you want to be in future, the second step is working so hard towards being who you want to be. You must put in so much work. Nothing comes easy. You will not wake up one morning and find yourself in a position where you want to be when you grow up or when you are much older than you are. So you must work hard. Good things don't come so easy. Are we together? I saw some people, some of the pupils failing and being dropped off at a particular stage. That was a student at O-level. And I could read the body language. They felt defeated, humiliated, and then I think he did not even want to come back for the prize. But I have good news for people who fail in life. You will learn by failing. You cannot learn and do things perfectly without failing first. You people, failing is not completely failing. You choose what to learn. You either choose to take it as a failure or to take it as a lesson. Why do we do numbers, several numbers, over and over again? You know, the teacher teaches you a topic, a mathematics topic, and then they give you several numbers to do. Why do we do those? To practice. And even when you fail it, what does the teacher write on your paper? Do what? Do correction. That's what life is. When you fail at something, you must correct it. You must do something better. I want to tell you that life is more than just a mathematical problem. You know, mathematics has solutions, but there are very many workout methods. You know, the teachers prefer some workout methods, and depends on which teacher teaches you. So there are easier methods, and there are harder methods. Are we together? Do I make sense? So, in life, you have to choose which way to tackle your problems. You can use a smart way, sit down, analyze the situation, then act. Or you can choose to hurriedly act towards your problems. What do I not like about hurriedly choosing to act towards your problems? You end up doing the same mistake and failing again. With life, you must take your time. Life is going to be harder than those math equations you have. Sometimes you will not have solutions. Sometimes you'll see problems and you will not have immediate solutions. You will kneel down and pray and ask God, why are you so far away from me? But I want you to know that as you grow up, you will meet problems and you have to build the capacity of facing them. I will finally talk about attitude. I had a very good attitude towards math when I was in primary school, and I got a D1 at my primary 7. Then I went to secondary school and I had a very, very bad attitude towards my math teacher. Very bad attitude. I missed more than half of his lessons. And the results I got at O-level could tell that I actually did not have interest in that particular subject. Someone there gave a poem saying that we run away from math, but we find it in every corner. Don't be like me. Keep a good attitude. Last comment goes to the girl child. There are very many girls out there. Girls close to 5 million who are dropping out of school. You're very lucky, and I'm talking about Uganda. 5 million girls are dropping out of school in Uganda. You are very lucky to be in school, and these girls are dropping out for different reasons. Some of them it is because they cannot manage to have a sanitary pad to use. So they miss out the school time, they perform badly in class, and then they lose interest in school. Finally, they drop out. When you are seated in that chair, and you're in school and in class, remember there are girls who are not as privileged as you were and put in extra effort. Don't be among the 5 million by choice. Because if you have someone to pay your school fees, and you are able to attend such a huge event, and you can't pay attention to your academics, it is your choice, and it is a wrong choice. I will leave you all to think about how privileged you are, and how loved by your parents and your teachers and your schools you are, because you're loved. That's why you are here. And I will also wish you success in everything they do. May God bless you for me.